All right, for my biblical leader, I'm doing Joseph, son of Jacob, from Genesis in the Bible. He is Joseph, the one with the Technicolor Dreamcoat, which is what that play is about. He had a couple brothers, 12, I think, and he was the favorite. From his father was showed him favoritism through the coat and through other things, I would assume. And his brothers didn't like that, so they sold him into slavery. From there, he moves into different positions and eventually ends up in Potiphar's house, which is one of the important officials in the government of Egypt. And he's, like I said, one of the most important people there. Because he didn't let Potiphar's wife seduce him, he ended up in jail, which is all sorts of wrong. And then he, in jail, became like the top guy in jail as a person who was in jail. During his time in jail, he met up with, or he had the baker and the cupbearer of the Pharaoh came to jail because they did something wrong and Pharaoh sent them to jail. They had two dreams, or one dream each, and he interpreted those dreams for them because he felt that's what God wanted him to do. And he said, "Hey, when the time comes, let Pharaoh know about me that I'm down here, and I can interpret dreams." And it went for quite a while before one of them remembered. The other one died because one of his dream was that he would die, and he did. So I think it was the cupbearer, or no, it was the baker. Anyways, so the cupbearer's sitting there like, "Oh, well, Joseph, yeah, I forgot about him. He can interpret dreams." And Pharaoh just happened to be having a dream that none of his people that could interpret dreams, or his mystics and that kind of stuff, they couldn't figure out what it meant. And so Joseph was called up, and Joseph's like, "Hey, this is what's going to happen to your country, your kingdom. So let me take care of it." And Pharaoh was just like, "Dude, go ahead, take care of it. I want you to take care of it. I will make you second in command. God has given you this ability to interpret dreams, and you have nothing but good things coming from all the people that have ever been in charge of you. So go ahead, do what you need to do. You're second in command, only to me." And he gave him his ring so that he could seal things like a pharaoh. So literally, like vice pharaoh would be probably the way to say it. During the 2 years into the drought, which they had 7 years of abundance, 7 years of drought, 2 years into the drought, he met up with his brothers again, who were coming to Egypt to try to get food because they didn't have food. And through a couple different events, he actually ended up getting his whole family to come to Egypt and live with him for the next 5 years when they had the drought, and he could take care of them. But he did it in a way that was very peaceful and very like he could have just shown vengeance on them, like, you put me in jail, you put me as a slave, but he didn't. So I think that's really neat. And as a leader, he has integrity. He did what he was supposed to do, even when people weren't looking. He showed organization to be able to store all those things up and to make sure things got taken care of. He showed that kind of organization, and he just had perseverance. He was in a lot of bad situations, and he got put in jail. He got put into slavery, and most people would have given up the first time around, but he just kept going. And that's something that I think leaders show a lot of the time, is just that perseverance. So that's my leader, and yeah, that's it.